Congratulations, you now have 510K clearance. That's a major achievement and a major milestone in the development of your technology for sure. However, I hate to be the bearer of somewhat bad news, but the work has only just begun because the 510K clearance is an expedited pathway that the payers, the health insurance companies that are the ones that are going to end up paying and funding your technology, they have a certain level of skepticism about the value of that 510K clearance, and they are going to demand a lot more from you than simply having that, that 510K approval. We often caution our clients about the fact that when you pursue a 510K clearance, you are saying you are substantially similar to something that's already in the market and that's already covered and that's already approved by the FDA, right? However, think about it, you can't necessarily go out to the marketplace and say we're completely different after you just spent 6 months, convincing the FDA that you're substantially similar to something, right? So there needs to be a strategy for how to kind of separate yourself from that, what they call predicate device, which is the substantially similar thing that you said you were comparable to during the 510K clearance.
It's really just the place to start.
Yep.
It really is the beginning as opposed to, something to celebrate, but there's more work to be done, right? Really understanding where and how your product differentiates you from everything else in the field is really valuable. Mm-hmm. And you really can use clinical evidence to look at that. How are patients doing on your product? That's where you can really take advantage of real world evidence. You can really use and see and show, hey, here's where and how our product differentiates us from others out there. Mm-hmm. The best outcome would be to be able to include your asset in the guidelines in terms of whether it be a test or a treatment or, whatever your asset is addressing, and really understanding where and how, what are the thought leaders, what are folks talking about, what are they thinking about, and is your product relevant to the conversations being had in a particular space. Mm-hmm.
Yep, agreed. And I would add to that too that as a company is looking to kind of enhance its key opinion leaders, its own thought leaders with the technology and the folks that are actually using the technology on the front line, to recruit some folks that are actually have some influence with the medical societies. Every time your technology is used and you don't collect some important data, it's a missed opportunity.
I think in this world, everyone hears about big data, but I think sometimes people forget that you too can be the driver of the data that are being collected as well. And especially in unique settings, not getting concerned about what data aren't available, but actually focusing on where you can be collecting, I think is a great point. Bringing it back to the patient and the outcomes, you're really focusing on that as far as where and how you show value is really what will differentiate you from your other products out there.
We at Baker Tilly want to make sure that, first of all, our clients celebrate, because it is a major milestone and we don't want to ignore that. However, we often come in, after that event and start to lay out the strategy that's going to be required to effectively use that 510K clearance.
Please visit our website to learn more about how Baker Tilly can help your organization uncover opportunities for success.